What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the Thunder Channel on Nootropics. Thanks so much for being with me, everybody. I have been MIA because I am working on the Nootropics God Class. Nootropics God Class is a video course that is steps above, really the decade plus mark of using nootropics. All the receptor hacks, the transporter hacks, keeping stacks consistent, adjusting stacks in a few short steps to make them perfect. Things like high echelon productivity. That's like whatever your baseline is now, even optimized with nootropics, double it. We reach those kind of states using the information in Nootropics God Class. It is a video course of me. It is not launched, but I am working on it. That's why I've been MIA, so I wanted to keep you guys informed of that. That's going to launch sometime early January, so go to livecortex.com, get on the email list. There'll be like a welcome mat that pops up for you to get a free downloadable digital book that teaches you some pretty cool stuff about nootropics, gives you stacks. Get on that list so that we can notify you when it launches. This video course, Nootropics God Class, is going to be sick. So as I've been working on. In the meantime, guys, for Christmas and over the New Year, we have specials on products. I want to just let you know. Number one, everything is 40% off, with the exception of the major consoles and like the Cortex double stack. That's all of our digital guides, New Pet Pro Stacklist, Nootropics Hacks for the Business Professional. That's even our courses, Nootropics Ground Zero, Nootropics Masterclass. All of that is 40% off right now using the coupon code 40. Coupon code 40 is in the bottom of your screen here, right above livecortex.com. Coupon code 40. Takes 40% off of all that stuff. That includes the Cortex stack, how to perfect your nootropic stacks fast. All of our digital books, all of our courses are 40% off right now. Cortex has actually never been that cheap before, so go use the coupon code 40 at livecortex.com. Get some product that'll last through the New Year. So I want to give you guys a break for that because we did the buy one, get one. A lot of you guys got it. Okay. So I want to talk about what is missing. My head is sort of blocking that. What is missing in your testosterone regimen? Okay, so I guess I'll preface it like this. A lot of folks make the mistake of taking testosterone-enhancing supplements or hormonal facilitating supplements as essentially their sole strategy for test. And it's not entirely a mistake because a lot of that stuff works, right? Red light therapy works for tests. Guys do that alone and then regain morning erections in like 2-3 weeks. And then they stay as long as they continue with the red light therapy. 660 nanometer bulb, 3 to 6 inches away from the reproductive area, 15 minutes a night. I would do it 5-6 nights a week and just keep doing it. You're going to get results because you're hyper upregulating Leydig cells and they produce test. Fenugreek is an incredibly powerful compound for fostering the function of free test. So is boron, Sustanch, very powerful for total test. A lot of these other compounds, I mean, they have androgenic properties. Like Tribulus is one of the things that folks don't know about Tribulus, is that it's an androgen receptor upregulator. So it actually fosters the expression of androgen receptors, which you need. And a lot of people with hardcore sexual dysfunction that have high tests, it's the androgen receptors that are down. Tribulus is a useful compound for that. Tonga elite, marginally useful for free test. Maca root, pretty useful for general hormonal balance and maintenance. Okay. But folks will go on a regimen of all those great things, right? Especially red light therapy. It's so sick. And their test is raising, but that extra level of like visceral, uncontrollable libido and like rock hard EQ is missing. And they can't get to it. Maybe they're thinking, oh, if I continue to just raise my numbers on the total test side and optimize free test, that will come. Sometimes it might not come. And the critical reason is cholesterol. Okay, so everybody knows that cholesterol is a critical part of testosterone. It's the master building block for steroid hormones, not just test, but adrenal hormones too. It's so critical to have cholesterol in the mix that I would make the statement that if you're a guy that's above 30 and you're trying to raise test, you're making a critical mistake if you do not have cholesterol in the mix. And folks that don't regularly include cholesterol in their diets are at a major disadvantage in terms of optimizing testosterone. But there's a specific strategy that you should employ if you want to get good results. And this comes directly from Viking Testosterone Protocol folks who are getting great results, but not the level that I wanted them to get, and they wanted to ultimately get, like super raging libido and great EQ and all these kind of things, even organ sensitivity. That peering into their dietary regimens, I discovered why. And also other biohacker friends of mine are trying to raise tests. They're doing everything known to man, all this good, useful biohacking stuff, but not bringing in enough cholesterol for a consistent period of time. Let me break this down. So my strategy, and the strategy that I would suggest to you, is if you eat or don't eat, so let's say you eat from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., you eat. If it's like oatmeal and a banana, remove the oatmeal and a banana. Your sole job, if you're going to take my advice, is to get 2 to 3 eggs as runny as possible, so sunny side up if you can, and 3 to 4 pieces of bacon 5 days a week, minimally 5 days a week. A lot of guys are like, oh, I eat some beef, I eat fish, I eat eggs every now and then. Yeah, but how much? The concept of building up applies in using cholesterol to supply testosterone. Like, you can't just eat eggs and bacon once or twice a week. You got to eat it for 5 days a week. If you hyper want to raise test, eat it 7 days a week. So remove the meal that you have in that time period and eat that. If it changes your caloric intake and you've got particular caloricals, then eat a salad for dinner, right? How important is your testosterone as a guy? If you raise it and you feel how that feels, I can tell you it's going to be one of the most important things. Imagine just feeling awesome all the time without nootropics. I mean, that's an added bonus, but imagine just feeling great all the time. There's a buildup, right? You need a steady stream of cholesterol to aid in the synthesis of testosterone. You just need to constantly be supplying it. Every person that I've worked with on the sexual dysfunction side, especially with the Viking testosterone protocol, that had gotten results, but there was this last step left that they wanted to actually feel like they were 18 again and like walking around like super horny and having a raging libido and having really, really good EQ. When you raise your test, your EQ goes through the roof. I mean, it's remarkable, and that's always good for your relationship, obviously, right? Uniformly, they improve not only when they bring in 2 to 3 sunny side up eggs and 3 to 4 pieces of bacon, but do it in a consistent manner, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I'm on a weightlifting regimen. I'm also slowly cutting while gaining muscle. It's actually working. It's really fucking hard to do. But one of the main reasons I'm doing that, one of the main reasons it's working, and I can actually still hit PRs at the gym, I'm getting lean, I'm doing it because I'm going to Florida in a week and a half, is that I'm doing this. Like, I've got Cistanche, red light, fenugreek, boron, a few other things in my regimen to foster high test. But I don't think there's been a time in the last 3 weeks since I've been on this very particular protocol that I haven't eaten bacon and eggs in somewhere around 11 a.m., 12 noon. That's when I do it. And then I don't eat a lunch. I'm cool. Maybe drink some coffee a little later on, take some nootropics. And then dinner time, I'll have whatever, salmon and some vegetables. Like, honestly, you're under that as long as you're not boozing. You've got to get the cholesterol in. The major point, I guess, is just because you're taking boron and Cistanche, and you got red light therapy in the mix, and you got fenugreek in the mix, you're taking tonganole, and you're taking maca root, and you're taking tribulus, and all these other compounds that, yes, they do affect the system, and they do modify androgen function. If you're missing the critical element of the raw precursor, you're not going to get the results that you can get. And I promise you, when you bring the raw precursor in, cholesterol, you want to shoot for like 100 or so milligrams a day, give or take. When you bring that in, it changes the game, okay? So if you're trying to raise fast and you're executing all those supplement strategies, I applaud you because that's all smart and good. You should be doing that. Most guys will be doing that for the rest of their lives, unless they're on TRT. I know I certainly will. I don't think I ever want to go on TRT. It's just something I'm too stubborn. I want to have tests super high all the time naturally by myself. I don't have to inject it. Then, yeah, man, you got to get the cholesterol in. And you've got to have it in consistent quantities. Remember, the stream. Once or twice a week of 60 milligrams of cholesterol is not going to help you in raising tests, right? And a little bit of saturated fat per those meals. You've got to bring the saturated fat and the cholesterol in at pretty large scale. This does not mean go keto, okay? Eat fucking carbs. Eat carbs at nighttime. Eat carbs with your eggs and bacon. You have some toast with it. Have some like whole grain bread or something. Eat carbs. Eat potatoes with it. It means make sure if you're trying to raise tests and you're on a protocol of other supplements that are working, but you're not getting the best results, it means for 5 days, 6 days a week, bring in bacon and bring in eggs. Ideally, it's just because it's so simple and very nutritious, frankly, in terms of choline and B vitamins and things. 2 to 3 eggs, sunny side up as runny as possible, 3 to 4 pieces of bacon. If you're a guy and you want to test this, and you're not really paying particular attention, this is where people go wrong. It's not like they're omitting cholesterol, because people get it, right? You're not consciously optimizing it. And you do this, email me. I guarantee you in 2 weeks, like just to be conservative, but probably a lot less, EQ is going to go through the roof. Sensitivity is going to go through the roof. You actually have androgen receptors in the shaft. General libido, like that ranging libido to wake up at 6 a.m. and do the grown folk, it's going to come back. All those things that you're missing. Strength in the gym, the ability to lift weights, slowly cut, because you can't cut in a major caloric deficit and still build muscle. It's just really, really, really hard. But in a mild caloric deficit, still gain muscle as you're losing weight because you're skyrocketing tests. And for those of you that have PSSD, for example, as an additional aside, you need to be raising tests to supraphysiological levels, like as high as you can within within reason, healthfully, so that you can upregulate androgen receptor function. And if you're a person with PSSD, don't think testosterone is not a part of your issue, because it absolutely is. A lot of the modulation of the 5-HT and dopamine transmission system downstream ends up in elevated serum test, right? A functional testosterone dynamic as well as functional androgen receptors, okay? So get on that regimen of making sure the cholesterol is in as well. Do everything you can to optimize total and free tests in addition to that, okay? So I hope that makes sense. Thanks so much for watching. Do not leave out the saturated fat, and do not leave out the cholesterol. It is very, very important when you're on a test raising protocol where you're actually trying to get more than marginal results, significant number jumps, and you're trying to notice it in how you feel, how you look, how you lift, and how your sexual function operates. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Remember, everything is 40% off at livecortex.com. That's all of our digital books. They're 40% off. Coupon code is 40. You can see it down at the bottom of the screen by livecortex.com. You just type in you just add whatever you're going to add to your cart. Use the coupon code 40. Hit apply. It applies. It takes 40% off of everything. That includes the Cortex Nootropics stack. Okay, that's $32 now. 40% off of that is like, I don't know, it's like $20 a bottle, maybe even less. Very, very cheap right now. livecortex.com. All of our digital courses, including Nootropics Ground Zero and the Nootropics Masterclass. All of our other digital epic books like Nootropics Sex for the Business Professional. Excuse me, I have like a burp factory over here. All 40% off using the coupon code 40livecortex.com. That's live right now, and it's going to go through New Year's. The Nootropics God class is close to launching, okay? I'm not completely finished writing it yet because it's very, very detailed. There's a lot of information I learned over the last 5 years combined with the stuff that I've learned over the last 13 years. But more specifically, the really, really hyper receptor hacking, transporter hacking, high echelon productivity stuff that I've learned in the last 5 years that I've got to put in this course. So it's taking me a while to write it. I'm on some epic stacks, which I'm going to share in the course while writing it. It's just awesome. I have so much energy. Nootropics God class, look out for that early January. Get on the list at livecortex.com if you want to be notified of when it launches. Just go to livecortex.com, be like a pop-up that pops up. Put your email in. You can download a digital nootropics guide for free by doing that, and then we'll email you when it launches. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you next time.